Hi, my name is Ziggy Alberts. I'm a coastal folk songwriter, free surfer, and environmental enthusiast from the east coast of Australia. I travel the world playing music, surfing, and adventuring with my friends, whilst discovering the good in everywhere we go. From cities to countrysides, fjords to coastlines, this is Net Positive.
So shit the gold from your toes and let these girls walk you.
Welcome to episode 4 of Net Positive. We are in the beautiful town of Bellingen, New South Wales, and about to go play a little show at number 5 Church Street.
So we're all together. We're going to sing this little song before the ocean.
about... What are we going to talk about, Zig?
Well, we've just arrived in Crescent Head on the north coast of the east coast of Australia. We've just finished up 2 beautiful little shows at Bellingen and Port Macquarie.
We have. Go dog. Hi. So why do we play, well, why do you specifically, and why have you throughout from the start of your music really played to so many small towns and coming from backyard shows, obviously up to bigger shows, but we're still playing small towns?
I grew up in, unbeknownst to a lot of people, a little town called Yamba on the Sunshine Coast, and I was homeschooled until I was 13, where I went to school for a couple of years, graduated at 16 years old, and couldn't go see live music because I wasn't 18. And then continued to actually start working cash in hand at a music bar on the Sunshine Coast. And could see music while I was working, but then couldn't join my friends to go see live music, after or before I was going to work. And it was just an incredibly frustrating experience because I was wanting to become more and more involved in, I guess, at that point, just listening to music and was just discovering my musical passions. I picked up a guitar for the first time at 16 on the last day, 2010, just when I'd graduated, and I couldn't see a lot of live shows. And I think that's incredibly debilitating to a lot of youth, because music and going to music events and concerts and everything like that is something that really brings everybody together. And the fact that it's often within Australia limited to 18 plus shows at a licensed venue is, in my opinion, just hard. And so coming from such a small town and coming from like a small kind of surfy town, I guess there wasn't a lot of live music coming through. And so now as an artist, I definitely feel a responsibility to playing all ages shows in small towns, whether that's by the sea or out in the country a bit more. But I really feel that it's important to try and provide people the same expressive opportunities to come to a show with their friends and come dance and sing and just have something to do outside of drinking.
I think for us too, we would rather be in small surfy towns just because of where you and I both grew up compared to, say, a big city anyway.
And that's absolutely right. And yeah, absolutely, for sure, like growing up in a small town, when you come to play, a show, the quality of your shows, when you're playing to 100 people, you're playing to 80 people, you have a way easier chance at connecting with your audience that you're playing to, and you get the chance to talk to every single person out of that crowd after the show. So you have the best chance at actually having an intimate experience with everyone there. And I'm amazed at how intimate the shows still are, despite the bigger shows in cities now being like 1,000 cap venues. I'm incredibly impressed with how well we all do together. There's a really great sense of community. And so, but playing these shows, I think, interestingly, they don't necessarily have all the bells and whistles, and they aren't, the shows that you, I guess, should be most excited about. But we've had some great these small shows here, at least so far on the East Coast, and all these small shows have just been really special and such a nice kind of, it's a funny way, little blast to the past. It's incredible how everyone's focus, at least in music, a lot of the time is bigger is better. Whereas if you want to have an impact on the people you're playing to and you want them to really connect with you and understand what your music's about, playing to 80 or 100 people is actually perfect. And that's the best way, because they're going to tell 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of their friends and share the music, and it's like its own driving force, really.
I think you said bigger is better. Bigger isn't better, but I think in terms of the way we're doing it, and in terms of being bigger, in terms of going to lots of towns, more so than just the cities. We're making it bigger, as in seeing more towns, and I think bigger is better in terms of that way, rather than just doing a big concert. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think, and maybe that's vastness or diversity is better. I think that we, at least in Australia right now, don't have a lot of support towards
youthful expression a lot of the time, like for activities for youth under 18 to do, and then I don't think we necessarily have the activities for youth over 18 to do outside of alcohol. Our current culture just revolves around alcohol, and so does me getting booked at a venue. No one wants me to play all age. No venue wants me, to play all ages shows. We're constantly having to fight, and the venues that do step up and say, yeah, we'll do an all ages show, they're amazing. They're just like, because a lot of venues are so concerned about making money on the bar that they don't want to actually put on a show where there would be, half the crowd will be all ages. So we've downgraded from van life last tour, but now we've arrived at this new phase, new part of our travels, where we present to you the Oz Camp. Camp Lost Boy, I would like to say. The OCD in me comes out, as you can see, the straightness of it all. Please come on inside. Welcome to my crib. I'll show you Sam. I'll show you my crib that I share with Sam. Sam and I always share a tent whenever we get the chance. For some reason, at some point, I suggested it'd be funny to camp around the whole of Australia for 5 months in summer, and everyone literally took me seriously, and I took myself seriously. As Stitch would say, it's not perfect, but it's family. Tune in next week for episode 5.
Yeah.
Are we up to 5?
We are
Episode
up to
5 of Net Positive.